Hey, this is Mr. Gibson. I'm going to show you in this video how you can add and subtract polynomial functions. I'm going to show you a number of ways to do it, and a lot of this might be reviewed, but it's always worth doing. Okay, so first we have two polynomials right here, expressions that are added together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack these a lot like you would do in elementary school with two numbers. Put tens places with tens places, hundreds places with hundreds places, thousands, and etc. Except here we got polynomials, so I'm going to do it by the order or the degree of each of these terms. Okay, this is a term, this is a term, this is a term, this term, this term, this term. Okay, so look, I have 5x squared plus 2x plus 1. So I started with the highest, went down to the lowest order there, and now I'm just going to stack anything of like terms beneath it. So negative 4x squared is right below 5x squared because they're like terms. Negative x is going to be right underneath 2x because, again, x and x like terms. I can put a 1 in front of this x too just to remind me it's 1x. And then negative 2 is just a regular old integer. So we're just going to put it right there. So they're stacked by like terms. So I just go down the row like I would in elementary school with it when I'm adding two numbers. So I'll have 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 2x minus 1x is 1x. Positive x. I'll put a plus sign right here because it's positive 1x. And then 5x squared minus 4x squared is x squared, 1x squared. So there's my answer right there. Okay? Now, this next problem is a subtraction problem, and always with a subtraction problem, I'm just going to go ahead and distribute the negative. And when you distribute the negative, it just makes this a plus, and we're going to flip the signs of everything inside this polynomial. So they are all positives, so they all change to negatives. Okay. Rather than stack this time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to group like terms together. Okay. So I have a 2ab right here. Well, I don't have an ab over there, so let me just cross that out. I have a minus b, so I'm going to put plus minus b plus. I have another minus b over here, so I'm going to just group that together, minus b. So I've dealt with the b's. And I've got an a right here, so I'm going to put plus a. And it's plus minus a, so I've grouped the a's together. All right. And then I'm left with a negative 2b squared and a negative 4. Okay. So the like terms are grouped together, so that's all I have to do is add these together. So negative b plus negative b is minus 2b. A minus a is just 0, so we're just going to leave it alone. So we're done with that, done with that. And I'm just going to bring everything down. And that's my answer. So again, another method to use right there. All right, now this one, we've got three polynomials, or actually two polynomials and two little terms in the end here. So I'm going to show you guys another method where I'm going to just use a triangle or a box for each of our like terms. So I've got an x squared by itself here. There's no other x squared. So let me just go ahead and bring down x squared. All right, I'm going to put a box around any y's that I see. I see a y there, I see a y there, and I see a y right here, okay? Now let me put a triangle around any z's that I see. So I see a z here, I see a negative z here, I don't see any other z's. And then finally I see an x, a negative x, so I'm going to put a circle around the x's. Alright, so let me group boxes with boxes. So let's see. Y plus y is 2y, minus y is 1y. So I'm going to put 1y right there. Let me X these out. Okay, z, and that's a minus z, so positive z minus z is 0. So I'll get rid of those. And then negative x plus positive x is just 0, so those get rid of each other too. So that's another method where you can use different symbols to help you see which like terms there are. Okay. Now this final one right here is, look, we put it in function notation. So we're saying that this is a function, this is a function. And so we're going to take f of x minus g of x. So we're just going to take this minus this. And some of you guys might be going, well, Mr. Gibson, doing all this stuff up here is kind of tedious, so how do you do it in your head real quick? Well, I can do it in my head real quick. So let me do 18z minus 11z. Well, 18 minus 11, okay, they're like terms. 18 minus 11 is 7z, okay? 12 minus negative 5, well, negative and a negative are positive, so it'd be like 12 plus 5, and that's 17. So 7z plus 17. So that's just a method to kind of do it in your own head real quickly, okay? So use whichever method you like to use, and this should help you guys whenever you're trying to add or subtract upon a function. You should know how to do that at this point. Thanks.